This is gonna be a good day. Nature scream, baby!
You know, that's awesome, Joe. You forgot to unmute yourself. How you doing?
Isn't it just awesome?
Good job, bud.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Every time. What's going on, everyone? My name is Joe, and this is Different Take Live with my good friend, guy needs no introduction, Joey Zaza.
Joey Dada.
Joey Zaza.
What's
from
going on,
Horror
brother?
Podcast. What's up, man?
How was your Thanksgivings?
It was good. It was good. Relaxing. How was yours, man?
Yeah, no, just cut my finger. Pretty good.
Yeah. What happened there, sir?
Yeah. So we were keeping it low key. So my wife and I it was just me, her, and her cousin came over. We were food prepping, and she wanted to do some fancy schmancy thing with the potatoes, and I got frustrated about it because all I want in this world are potatoes mashed. And I had to mandolin slice them thin. And normally I'm really good like cutting anything, but I don't know. I just was trying to rush through it and just boom, right on a mandolin slicer.
Ooh.
Yeah. But luckily I was like in and out of urgent care in less than an hour and back.
Oh, you had to go to urgent care?
Oh yeah.
My God.
It not good. And that's when I finished that up and I hung out with my friend Elijah Craig. And that's bourbon. And
I was like, what?
I saw that in your face. So yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, Joe likes his bourbons.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, before we go, I didn't know it was that bad to where you had to go to urgent care.
Luckily I didn't need stitches, but like it ain't pretty under here.
Oh, you didn't need stitches.
Yeah, luckily it didn't.
Oh.
It's just like where that digit is, like on the top of your there's just a heavy, you're gonna bleed a lot if you cut that. So
yeah, I was afraid like when you said urgent care, I was like, oh my God, Jesus, you definitely got stitches. But I'm assuming that you didn't know you had to get stitches before you went to urgent care. You thought possibility that
I looked like I was in a slasher film. So, it's not good.
The mandolin. Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
The mandolin killer.
The mandolin killer.
That's a saw device.
That is.
It just like shaves a layer.
Do you want to play a game? I'd like to play a
game. Yeah. But we're not talking turkey and we're not talking horror. We're gonna be talking another Thanksgiving thing that's also hot right now, which football.
Yes. It's a big for us.
If I sound a little hoarse, that's because I was at the football game. I was at that Eagles game on Sunday.
Oh my! Oh, dude!
Out in the rain and
dude,
all day.
Yeah. That was a hell of a game.
It was
a game to go to.
It was wild. It was my wife's first game ever. Like,
she's
gone down to tailgate, but she's never been in the stadium. We had great seats, and it just sucks that it was raining. But I kept telling her, like, that's real football. Get out, you're in the elements, in the rain, in the snow. That's real football. None of this dome bullshit.
Oh shit!
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. You're not. Don't get me wrong. I kind of want a dome at the link because I would like to host Super Bowl, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But I don't like the turf. So, dude, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys. That's insane that you guys went.
Oh yeah, and what a wild!
That's the first game
finish. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's like
crazy.
27 rows off the field. We were on like first level, 27 rows on like the side of the end zone. So had a great view of Jalen Hurts running in the game winner. Great view of Jake booting the tire, like to tie it up.
Dude, I can't.
Great view of what's his name from Buffalo, Push the Eagles fan.
Yeah.
So he was egging it on all game. Anything he says is to try and make it seem like he wasn't doing it the entire time. Because you got to remember, the Eagles played like crap in the first half, and they got booed off the field. And he's running up and down the sidelines, like pumping his hands up, and Stephon Diggs is, flapping. So,
doing the fly Eagles fly thing.
You want to do that, you got to expect people to chirp back at you. But
yeah. And people were saying in the comments I was seeing that people were saying about how like, yeah, I don't see any video of him making death threats. I still haven't seen anything yet. So until I see it, I'm just going to assume that they just got butthurt because they
I
were
believe
losing.
video got released today that, you know, shows the opposite, that there was nothing like that going on.
Really? I mean, I see. I call bullshit.
You get a little desperate when you know that you shoved somebody, and that is
That's
grounds
true.
for a lawsuit.
Yeah, you
It doesn't take much. If there's anything I learned from going to law schools, it really doesn't take much to try and sue somebody. It's ridiculous.
No, especially when you're a football player on the field playing a game, and as a fan in the stands, and you go and you push the guy. Yeah, that's just, and there's cameras everywhere. You're just, that's just like, I get it, emotions are high, but like, come on, man.
I mean, if you're a professional, you got to be professional and take it. Just ignore it.
Yeah, I know that some fans take it too far, but
oh yeah,
come on.
I mean, was that Russell Westbrook who got the double bird and confronted the fan in the stands. So he just did it somewhere else, but in Philly, it was this guy just put up two middle fingers. Russ missed the first free throw, hit the second one, and at that time, you got a free Frosty.
Yeah,
if the player missed two, so it was the Frosty freeze out.
Yeah,
and he went up and confronted the fan, and then you can watch it. You see his press conference on YouTube where there's like, what happened? What'd you say to him? He said, that's messed up. That's going too far. And he said, the fan said to me, I'm really sorry. I just wanted a Frosty.
I remember that.
Like,
I remember that. I mean, can you blame him?
No.
Can you blame him?
I think that's like when you hear them, you're like, oh.
Who does all the money on parking? You spend
$2.
Yeah, you spend all the money on parking. You get down there, the food, the tickets, expenses. Yeah, can I get a Frosty? I wouldn't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever. I mean, let's get back to some football flicks.
Yes. Football is tough because there's a lot of good football movies, but I feel like the best sports movies generally have been baseball.
Baseball, because baseball is just so romanticized in just the history of going into late 19th, early 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it gets America's pastime. I mean, throughout the 1900s. I mean,
yeah, and basketball has some good ones too.
Basketball does,
and I wish they had better ones, but I feel like there could be better ones because we both love basketball.
Yeah. And hockey's got some gems too. So you can't write that off. There's good movies everywhere, but I think baseball just has probably a longer list of just like, oh my God.
Yep. Yeah. And all my favorite sports movies, most of them are baseball. So, but let's talk football.
Yes.
Talk football.
Do you want me to dish you my, off the top of my head, top 5 favorite football movies?
Yeah.
And then you hit me with yours. And I'll see if we can come up with a couple to see if we knock any off our list.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So and this is in no particular order. So just to get started, I absolutely love the movie Varsity Blues. That's like one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
For the nostalgia. I mean, great cast. It's a fun ride. It was like when that and American Pie came out. I was like on the cups, like too young to see it in theaters, but you know how Andorra was. So still found my way in there.
The AMC 8.
Yep. So we got Varsity Blues. If Remember the Titans isn't on your list, then I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah. I'm not going to give away mine, but yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go with the 70s, the Burt Reynolds, The Longest Yard.
Okay.
The Sandler one's it's fine,
It's
but
fun. It's fun.
I'm just like, let's go with the OG.
Yeah.
For the sake of this list. Then I'm gonna go with The Replacements. Shane Falco.
Yes.
And for 5, I guess I got to go with the real Brian song.
Ooh. Okay.
I mean, because that's, it's older. It's a really good movie and has,
It's a great movie.
become part of like the fabric of people's speech, I guess. I don't know. I hear people reference it all the time without even knowing what it is.
It's been so long since I've seen it, but
Me too, but Christopher, I'm just like, that's a classic movie.
yeah.
I'm gonna put that in there because I got
That's
a
a
lot
good
of comedies.
Yeah.
But yeah, now let me hear what you got.
Okay. I feel like we need to discuss some of these because those are some great movies. So let's recap. Let's recap them for me. You got
Varsity Blues.
mm-hmm.
Remember the Titans.
It's a
The
good one.
70s, The Longest Yard.
Mm-hmm.
The Replacements. Brian's song.
Great one. Okay. That's a good list.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Funny and Heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. After you're done, I'll tell you which some of the ones I was tempted to throw on, and then are they even good movies or not?
We may have to adjust and swap out every now and then. And to be honest with you, some of these movies that I'm gonna list are probably not the greatest movies. But
they're yours.
They are mine. So I think for at least I got to keep this one on the list. I don't really care what anyone says. Number 5, I'm going Little Giants. Yes. There's something about that movie that just.
I mean, yeah.
I don't.
It's so quotable too. I say Fumbarooski on a weekly basis.
Yeah. Dude, there's so many good lines. So many good lines in that movie. Remember the dude? I can't forget the gas man. He's like, "You rang," or like, "Bob." What was it? Look to say, "My mom gives these acid indigestion."
What are we gonna use them for?
Intimidation. I love Little Giants. There's so many good lines in that movie. There's so many
crunchy or puffed.
Oh my god,
puffed whip.
God.
Little Giants is an absolute gem.
Oh, I do when Madden and the Emmitt Smith, the football players come in and everything. It's so cool. It just kind of captures that whole Pee Wee football, atmosphere, and it's like Bad News Bears esque,
Yeah. Shout out to Devin Sawa.
Yeah, yeah, and the ice box.
Yeah.
This is gonna be tough, man. Oh my god. So Jesus. So I think I'm going to go. I need more than 5.
All
right.
We'll
go with this. How about
particular
this?
order. We're gonna talk some more.
I'll start with some movies that you didn't necessarily leave on, and then that way we don't overlap, and then we can sort of mix and match. For number 4, I'm gonna go Draft Day.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love Draft Day.
You know what? That was a movie where I remember seeing commercials for it and be like, this looks terrible. Like, there's no way this is going to be good. And then ended up watching it. I forget what HBO or something. And I was like, that was a lot better than I was expecting. Now, the biggest flaw in that movie is the team wheeling and dealing, because they don't do that very well.
No, but but that I feel like that what happens in that movie.
That's not the Browns front office at any point.
No, unfortunately but they're playing good this year. But yeah, I feel like what happens in that movie though usually happens over the course of the off season before the draft. So you can make a case that you're going to fit it into an hour and a half movie.
Yeah.
It just kind of gives you a window into the whole
Draft Day is chaotic.
Oh my God.
It was, it's all a surprise.
Yeah, front office stuff, and it's if you're not like a football nerd, you're not really gonna really. But I feel like even I gotta say, even my girlfriend who isn't a huge football like we're football we love football, but like she's a football fan, but she's not like diehard like we are.
Sure.
And she enjoys draft day. She likes it a lot. She loves it. So if someone like that who's not a diehard football fan can really get into it, then to me, I don't think it's because I've read somewhere that's like, oh, it's just for football stat heads and numbers. I'm just like, I don't think so. Draft day is fun. Draft day is a lot of fun.
Kevin Costner had 2 misses in his career that haunted him, that make you forget that, maybe 3 misses, but that make you think that he's not as good as he is. But Kevin Costner is a great actor when he's a leading man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry Waterworld wasn't up to everyone's expectations. It's not that bad.
I know. I still have to see that because I still want to see how bad people say it was so bad. I'm like,
I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I think just the expectations were really high. And then what's the other one? The Mailman or the Postman? Where it's like,
oh yeah,
big miss. And
I still
his Robin Hood gets a lot of shit. But
I know.
I liked it when I was a kid.
I liked
it
that
as an
movie.
adult. I gotta watch it as
It's
an
fun.
adult because I loved it as a kid. I remember I even got like the action figures from Clover.
Oh my god, oh my
even-
god,
Like,
that's bringing back memories.
you know, Kevin Costner action figure.
He dude, that we'll go back to the list second. I gotta say though, that it's fun. Robin Hood's still fun for me. I remember I tried to show it to my girlfriend. She was like, Melissa was like, this movie is. She didn't watch the whole thing. She saw bits and pieces, but she's like, I'm like, dude, come on, stop putting expectations and just like. But it is funny when you're watching it. He's just like, I'm Robin of Locksley from England. I'm like, oh, are you really? Okay.
I'm Robin of Law.
Yeah, the sheriff of Nottingham. What? From England. My father's from England. Oh, okay. We own land there. I'm coming from overseas. I was in jail in prison, and I'm a prisoner of war. They must have took your accent while you were there. What the hell happened? And then Christian Slater comes in. He's like,
Hey,
nobody even
Will
cares.
Scarlet. Come on.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's with Sean Connery, right? That movie you're talking about? Red Scarlet or something? Or the Scarlet?
I was hold on. What was
Oh, that was his name in the movie.
That was his name in the movie.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the movie he does with Sean Connery. That's similar to
that's the character.
Yeah, yeah. That's my bad. I can't think of the movie.
And then greatly parodied in Men in Tights.
Yes.
I
mean, come on, Men in Tights is great.
Let's not get too sidetracked because we start. We'll have to do a Mel Brooks dedicated.
Oh my god,
month.
yeah. Absolutely. 3. And again, this is not technically 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like yours is. We're just naming, 5, 4. Okay, so I'm going to go with. Let's see. And again, no overlap right now.
All right.
I'm gonna go We Are Marshall.
The McConaughey.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go We Are Marshall. I love We Are Marshall. And I know it doesn't get the greatest scores, whatever, but there is something with that story, and
it's touching.
It's intense. It's really sometimes a part of me wants to switch it out for Invincible. But I don't know. I
have a hard time with Invincible, like adding it. Like I'm like, I like it, but it's not like the greatest.
I know.
It's
it
a
was
great
so
story.
Close.
I feel like I'd just be too much of a homer.
Yeah, it is. It was so close to being really, really good.
Yeah,
and they just
backhanded jabs in there that I'm like,
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, he's bartending. He says something to the Giants fan. He's just like, "When's the last time you even won a championship?" I'm like,
"Thanks." Yeah,
I mean, whoever, because that was before the Birds won a Super Bowl, and it's like, it was relevant then because he was won in 1960.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so
they didn't really need to put that in there.
It felt unnecessary.
Very unnecessary. And there's certain things that don't feel Philly-esque. Like I feel like some of the accents are overdone.
Wahlberg.
Well, yeah. The Fly Eagles Fly song. I think they didn't they get they couldn't do the actual words. It was like Fight Eagles Fight or something.
Something like that. I'll have to go back.
Yeah, I remember it because Tony Luke's the guy in the crowd doing it, and he's like, yeah. But anyway, but Invincible is solid. I don't think it doesn't make my list, even though as a homer it maybe should. And I probably spoke too soon when I said I would switch it out with something. We Are Marshall. As much as I love it, it is an intense movie. So I don't know if I would keep it. I kind of just, I may swap it out for something else, but because I have some fringe ones too. So let's see, 2, right? We're on 2. Okay. I'm gonna go, even though we're not doing overlapping. No,
you can overlap. Because remember the Titans is on everybody's top 5.
Well, the Replacements is absolutely on mine.
Yeah,
but just for the sake of conversation and for the sake of this list, I'm going to go Necessary Roughness, 1991.
Scott Bakula.
Yes, yes.
Fresh off a Quantum Leap.
Yeah, dude. Necessary Roughness.
Going.
Necessary Roughness was the precursor to the Replacements, and nobody can tell me different.
I can't argue with that because that's one of those movies like going into like, any, whether it be Blockbuster, West Coast, Hollywood, like walking down the aisle, like the comedy aisle, always seeing that box with the football and got cowboy hat on it or something, and a mustache, and
sunglasses, and the
seeing that 1,000 times. And I think years ago when I first got like Netflix, once the streaming first started, I remember seeing it on there. I'm like, huh. Put it on, and I was like, all right,
dude, it's fun, man. It's such a fun movie.
It is a fun movie.
It's a very fun movie, and it's very. That
was literally going to be the first one I was going to bring up after we were done our 5. But yeah,
really, oh, nice.
Yeah,
all right.
With vibing on the Replacements, I was like, yeah, what about Unnecessary Roughness?
Yeah, I'm glad we brought it up because that's a great movie. And my number 1 is, if anybody knows me, this is a gimme. I'm going Rudy. No doubt going Rudy. Yeah.
Oh man, maybe I would swap out Brian's song for Rudy.
Well, some people will argue that Rudy isn't necessarily as much about football. It's more of a drama, but it really,
I mean, the whole point is he wants to play for Notre Dame.
I look at it like that. That's true, but I view that movie. Growing up with that movie, I have now seen it in multiple lights, and I view it now as more than just a football movie. Because if you look at, there's 2 stories going on. There's one story, it's his. And even if it is embellished and people say like, oh, that's not really how he was, and he was a little goofy and blah, 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 whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Thank you. It's different. It's moody. Movies are different from real life. You want to go real life, then live your life and whatever. Movies are different. So his football career, or education, his education and his football, is in his life in general, it's parallel. He just he's just always being told he can't do it, and he kind of and he overcomes. It's like that's the whole point of the movie, is overcoming adversity, whether it's in football or in life, or when in school, your family or people are telling you can't do something, and he just keeps on pushing on.
Even when they get a new coach and it seems like it's done, and then everyone just starts slapping their Jason. Is that supposed to be Lou Holtz?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. It's probably nobody, but I remember Lou Holtz. I think he coached Notre Dame for a pretty long time.
I know that the other coach's name, Dan Devine, the Green Bay Packers. Remember that?
I have an odd relationship with Notre Dame because it's like my grandfather was a big fan of Notre Dame. I have an uncle who's a big fan of Notre Dame, like the whole Fighting Irish thing. And I have my last name, but the 75% of me is Irish, like 3 very proud Irish grandparents, a very, very proud Irish American mom.
Half Irish here with you, so I hear you.
So it's like almost like, oh well, they're the Fighting Irish. It's a Catholic school, an Irish Catholic university, and like I'm like, oh, when it's in South Bend, Indiana,
Yeah.
and the thing that really turned me off to Notre Dame football was the year that they went to the national championship game before there was a playoff, and they had no business being there because they're not in a conference, like that whole independent thing, and they just get so much media love that they put them into the BCS national championship game against Alabama, and they just got thumped. They had no business being there. That's kind of what soured me on Notre Dame, was like the media favoritism.
Yeah.
But now that there's like a playoff, they'll never be back. But that's also because they hold their players to a high standard. So not to trash on Notre Dame too much, but it's like, to go full Stepford for a university that I never went to, and
it's not local to us, and like I feel the same way about North Carolina. I grew up a big North Carolina Tar Heels fan because of Jordan and Jerry Stackhouse playing for the Sixers.
In the 90s, like, people were like taking sides all over the place, where it was UNC or Duke.
Yep.
Like, go to the boardwalk, go a theme park anywhere. I mean, there's Duke and UNC balls all over the place.
All over the place. Yeah. So it's I have the same relationship with it. I want to like Notre Dame, but in the end, to me, I cheer for Notre Dame unless they're playing a local team. And then I'm like, I cheer for local team.
Yeah, I mean, I was cheering for them when they they got Will Fuller, kid from Roman.
Yeah.
We wanted to see him do well, and it's a shame. He looked like a great NFL player, but just got hurt a bunch.
Doesn't always work out. Yeah,
injuries will do that.
So that's my number. I mean, no matter what, personally, I mean, I know I'm not numbering them, but Rudy's probably gonna be number one for me personally. Yeah,
it's a good one.
And so we should probably talk about the fringe ones.
So what do you think about? I think there's one that's very popular where it came out when I was at an age where I was a little like sour on certain movies, like almost everything PG-13. I was like, I don't know. I think it was from maybe 17 to 23, 24. I mean, 17, something like that. I was in this funk of not liking anything that was we're not even bothering to watch anything that looked too family friendly.
Okay.
So Friday Night Lights. Gets considered, the movie itself is considered almost a masterpiece. I know people who love the show, but it's again because it's more than just football. It's the culture and the town around it.
Yeah. That's a good one. I was going to list that one too. So that's a good one.
Yeah. That's one that I have to give an honest chance. I've seen parts of it and I'm like,
I really like Friday Night Lights, but it's kind of like We Are Marshall. It can get intense at times.
Yeah.
So whereas it's but again, you look at they're overcoming adversity, just kind of We Are Marshall. And so it probably should make my list. I think the only reason why it doesn't is because it doesn't hit me personally. I love the music in it. Who does the music in it? What band is that? The band from Texas that does, if anybody knows who does the score to Friday Night Lights, put it.
When I hear band from Texas, the first band that comes to mind is Pantera, and I don't think Pantera was doing the music for Friday Night Lights.
No, that would change the movie
quite a bit. I mean, the scenes would be badass. Like the football scenes.
I think it's Explosions in the Sky. That's what it's called. That's what they're called. Yeah. That's what they're called. That was before as I was typing it, I was like, no, that's it. That's where it is. So Explosions in the Sky, and they were a band to do all instrumental stuff, and they did the whole score to it. Because I think they're local or from the area. I don't know. So, but yeah, if you ever check out Explosions in the Sky stuff, you can listen to their stuff. They're awesome. Cool. So I'm with you on that one. It didn't, and I know I probably should add to my list. It's just I didn't. There's something with that movie that's not hitting me personally like those other movies did, and maybe I should rewatch it.
There's just a time the time when that came out, I was so dedicated to watching, gory horror and over the top comedies.
Yeah.
With the like dramas thrown in there, but it couldn't be something about anything under the R rating. I just refused to like. It made no sense. Like I didn't even see Elf until like 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. What a great.
I'm like,
movie.
I'm not watching Will Ferrell on a kids movie. Let me
Wow.
know when he does something ridiculous again.
Friday Night Lights. I didn't get the family vibe off of that movie. I got like an intense kind of vibe.
No, I mean,
after
I
that.
ended up watching it, later when I was like, I should watch this because it's considered really good.
Yeah.
Why not? But
It's-
let me tell you, because like
Yeah.
we don't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my guilty pleasure
Okay.
football movie, and a lot of people talk about this movie being absolutely terrible or too long. That's Oliver Stone's Any Given Sunday.
I was just about to bring that up.
Because it's not good.
It's
Or
not.
is it?
But look,
It's ridiculous.
I like Oliver Stone. I like him as a filmmaker, but that movie, a strange, weird vibe, man. Like I want to watch it to watch a football movie, and I watch it. I'm just like, I don't really feel like watching like I'm watching a football movie. I feel like I'm watching like a, I don't know, what a filmmaker, what Hollywood thinks football is about. I don't know. I like the drama
Pretty
behind the scenes,
much.
but
He was trying to capture like some of like the drama that Varsity Blues captured with like, guys getting injections, like, risking everything for the game. But at least like in Any Given Sunday, it's more acceptable because they're professionals and they can make that decision. Whereas
yeah,
Varsity Blues, they're kids.
yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday to me, I also don't like the fact that I can't really see the action. It's like
It's so just in your face, but like
I'm like, what's
who
happened?
is
They want to
receivers?
play? What happened?
Yeah, T.O.'s in there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's a few like pro players.
There's
that are tossed
there's
in
yeah.
there. Again, Jamie Foxx is Willie Beeman. Though I guess that was like his breakthrough drama role, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we probably should be ranking it higher. Probably is better than we're giving it credit for. But there's something about that movie. I don't know. It doesn't really. When I go to watch a football movie, I don't watch that movie. You got any more fringe ones for you?
I do, and I got one. I actually love this movie itself, but is it a football movie?
I think I know where you're going.
I guess you can say Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, I have it on my screen right here. I was just gonna say, I know he's talking about Jerry Maguire.
Jerry, a human head weighs 8 pounds.
It's a great movie. I don't know this. It might have more football in it than Draft Day, but
yeah. But Draft Day is a football organization. He's an agent. Who's it loosely based on Drew Rosenhaus?
Is
I
it
think.
really?
Yeah, that's where it kind of takes. I'm like, fuck Drew Rosenhaus.
Yeah,
like, jerk off. Like, I mean, he does good for his clients, but if you get he can ruin things for you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of T.O., wasn't that Rosenhaus?
Yeah, it was.
What like? It's like you just signed the deal. And I'm like, I need to adjust it. Just like Scott Boras in baseball. It's just like these guys.
I know. I thought you were going to say Boris. I was like, he's going to say Boris next. I know it.
So Drew Rosenhaus, more football.
Do you have any more fringe ones before I start naming some?
Not off the top of my head right now. No.
Okay.
There's one I'm trying to think of. I think is the highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Is it like The Express or something?
Nah, that's the Jim Brown one, right?
North Dallas 40.
No, now I gotta pull it up.
I have North Dallas 40, and I still have not watched it. I heard North Dallas 40 is I heard if you love football, North Dallas 40 is the way to go. And admittedly, I have not seen North Dallas 40 yet.
Yeah, North Dallas 40. All right.
Yeah, I've heard North Dallas 40 is like people who play football and they're like that is it. Like that's realistic. Nick Nolte's in it, and
Joe, I just opened up Rotten Tomatoes for their best ones, And there's one on there that absolutely needs to be on my list. I would boot the 70s Longest Yard off. I can't believe it. I feel terrible that I forgot this movie because I absolutely love it. And I wonder, like, let's see. The cast is incredible. It's a good story. It's a great movie. That movie's called School Ties.
Ooh, School Tie. Is that the one
Brendan-
with Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
I'm not gonna lie. I have yet to. That I was gonna watch it like 3 days ago, and I didn't watch it.
Dude,
I heard it's good.
it's so good. It's so good. It's set in like a 50s, 60s. It's prep school.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is there a lot of football in it?
Yeah, that's what it's about. So they're young guys that play on the football team, and Brendan Fraser is a star quarterback that they bring in. Like they give him a scholarship to the school.
Okay.
And his secret is that he's a Jew. Can't tell anybody. He's got to keep that under wraps. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, what the year though?
Set in a different time. Yeah.
Different time. Yeah. All right. Gotcha.
But
all right.
It's a really good movie.
All right.
I will. God damn.
I will. Yeah. That was. I saw it on a list. I was going to add it to mine, and I didn't do it.
Rotten Tomatoes, real quick.
I didn't watch it.
That
was my fault. I literally had it on my watch list 3 days ago, and I was like, I should probably watch that, and I didn't watch it. So now I can't really say whether or not it should be on because I haven't seen it yet. Let's see.
Number one's a documentary, so that doesn't count for Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
so
I don't count documentaries. Yeah. All right. So for my fringe ones, one that I used to be on the fringe because it was kind of like, oh, nice, feel good movie, but because of recent events, this movie has soured on me.
I think I know exactly what you're going with.
Yep. The Blind Side.
The Blind Side, yeah. Michael Oher.
Jesus Christ.
He didn't like it from the day it got released. He was not cool with it.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
No, when it got released, he only gotten drafted like might have been still his rookie year.
Wow.
It happened pretty quick, and when he got asked about it,
wow. All right. Well,
yeah. And then it started to unravel pretty quick. It's like after the guy it's named after is like, I'm not getting any money from it. And
brutal. Yeah. I don't like that story. That's
makes me look like an oaf.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I don't think he liked the portrayal and like just the way the whole family dynamic was.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it makes a lot of sense if I were him. If that isn't a realistic, if you really, I mean, you're right. It does make him look. Yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they should just say inspired by a true story and just change all their names and try and not give credit to a real person. Because real people are like kind of garbage.
Yeah. We have the potential to be great and the potential to be garbage. So, yeah.
Because like Sandra Bullock, she got an Oscar for it?
She did. Well, she did a great job in it. Yeah. She was great in it.
She at least got nominated, if not winning.
Yeah.
She won awards for that. She got accolades.
Yeah. She definitely did. I mean, Blind Side, it's a great story. It's a great fictional story, but it's not very accurate. So, and there's not a whole lot of football in it, so it's not really. My other fringe ones, I feel like even though I didn't see it, we already mentioned North Dallas 40. I was going to mention that one because it's been on my watch list for forever, but I don't really have a right to say it because I haven't seen it, but I heard it's great. Other fringe ones for me are Silver Linings Playbook, but there's not enough football in it for me.
Is it like he's a football fan though? Like
him and De Niro. Yeah, De Niro's his dad. I mean, so I don't really.
That's almost everybody we know.
Exactly.
The only father-son duo that I can tell you off the top of my head that don't have that relationship with the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia is the founder of RedRiverHorror.com, Eddie Cayazzo, and his dad, Ed Cayazzo.
Wait, they don't have that?
No. His dad was not a big Eagles fan.
Why?
I think years of disappointment, years of being annoyed by Eagles fans in general.
Well, how did that work out when we won the Super Bowl?
I know he's happy for him, and I know Eddie's on board with the hometown team now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not enough football in that movie for me. So that's just it's on there.
It's not really it's not a football movie.
Nah. It's like Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
but
that's just part of the culture of
yeah,
where the movie takes place.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of cool in a way though. Other fringe ones for me, The Program. I love The Program.
I have not seen that.
Ooh, 1990. It's not the greatest, but it's a solid 90s movie. James Caan, Halle Berry, Omar Epps, Christy Swanson. Yeah, it's Joey Lauren Adams in it too. I didn't know she was in it. I love Joey Lauren Adams. Solid movie, not great, but I don't really buy the quarterback as the if you watch it, you're kind of just like, it just seems like not because of the actor, but just that I don't know if the casting was right. I think maybe he looked the part, but just like the way he rides a motorcycle, it's kind of like, what are you doing here? What is Mr. Cool Guy? It's like, this isn't really how quarterbacks are, especially college quarterback, but whatever. Anyway, The Program's a nice football movie, and one that's on my fringe as well. I think this is probably my last fringe one. The Waterboy. Yeah, man. Yeah. Bobby Boucher.
Damn.
Dude.
You know what? And I was just thinking about that movie too, because I watched this movie that I've wanted to watch for years. Since I was a kid and saw the commercial on TV and just never watched it. I saw it on Tubi. Like, I'm putting it on. And Fairuza Balk is in it. I'm just like, yeah, she really peaked here in the later 90s, and this is not one of her better movies. The Island of Dr. Moreau.
That's what it was. She was in. She was in a lot of movies in the 90s, man.
Marlon Brando's in it.
Wow. It was strange seeing her in that role. It didn't seem like a typical role for her to be like in that movie. But
Sandler's move is like he finds whoever's like the hot thing that when he's making a movie is gonna be his girlfriend in a movie.
Yeah,
he doesn't mess around, and it's cool that he's like, such a family guy, and his wife has cameos in his movies, and now his daughters have and their own.
Oh movie. Yeah, I saw that on that page.
That's cool, but like he knows exactly. I guess it sells tickets, but it's like if you go down the list of like Adam Sandler's love interests in the movies he's in, it's like, he will do nothing but top shelf.
But I feel like he knows it. I feel like it's like a tongue-in-cheek thing. When I watch his movies, it's like it's not over the top. Like they're not like having these love scenes, or they're not like all
there's
smooching.
That too. It's like getting the name. I mean, so it's not like not excessive.
Yeah.
But I guess Fairuza Balk was fresh off The Craft.
The Craft, yeah,
and everything with The Waterboy, yeah.
The Waterboy, there's a lot of football in The Waterboy. Maybe it's not realistic, but there's a lot of football in it. So that's unrealistic, but man, is it fun. I love The Waterboy. So let's go through it here.
90s Sandler was such a fun ride.
I know, wasn't it? It was just it really was different time. So we got what do we got here? We got Your Five, which is
I'm adjusting. I have to adjust.
You have to,
yeah. Exactly. We're going to adjust this, and we're going to go. Actually, real quick before I do that, did you ever see The Rock's? He had like 2 football movies, right? Gridiron Gang.
Yep. The one where he's like the ballerina or something, right?
Tooth Fairy. No, he's a hockey player in The Tooth Fairy.
He's a hockey player in The Tooth Fairy.
You get your teeth knocked out playing hockey.
He doesn't even look like a hockey player. He looks like a football player.
That man on skates.
No, no, I could not. That's why I'm like, when you said it, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What in the world? Gridiron, what'd you say? Gridiron Gang, and what's the other one?
Yeah, Gridiron Gang, and I forget what his other one was.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm looking at it now. I don't I have.
honestly, he just creeps me out anymore.
Is it the game plan?
I don't think so. Might be.
The game
That
plan.
sounds familiar.
Yeah.
He creeps me out.
Why does he creep you out?
He's just like, there's some people when they reach that level of fame where they just don't see human anymore. Like he's like a walking advertisement. And like just seems like a really nice, maybe he's really nice, maybe he's not. Like you don't know who that person actually is. And it makes me uncomfortable.
I hear what you're saying. It seems like the way he comes off, it's almost you're not getting a genuine, but maybe he's genuinely like that. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I had to check out some clips because he did Joe Rogan's podcast. I'm like,
I heard he did.
I
recently.
gotta see what's going on here, and just like watch. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what is like?
I think I seen a clip. So he curses more, and he is a little more intense, but not like animated happy intense. He's kind of like,
it doesn't seem candid. Like it just seems kind of like he's putting on a show the whole time.
Did you see a clip of it on him on Rogan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The clip I saw when he was like telling a story or whatever, it seemed like it was like, oh, I was like kind of like, oh, this is how The Rock really is. All right.
Yeah.
I kind of get
Maybe it took a while to warm up. I don't know, but
I gotta see that whole episode.
Like,
you got
social media wise, guys like that. I mean, they're just constant advertisers.
Yeah, and I mean
for themselves as well. Like
to your point too, he has played literally the same role in every movie. He's the same goddamn. That's why Cena has kind of taken off and Batista has kind of taken off. They've kind of taken over as like the wrestlers who became actors.
Batista's not a good actor.
Who?
Batista.
Rock? Oh, Batista?
Yeah.
It depends. If you cast him right, he's great.
I mean, so Drax, that worked.
Drax worked. When
Stuber did not work.
I did not see Stuber.
Anyone.
I saw, what was the else was he in? Knock at the Cabin was good. And I liked him in what was Batista in? I didn't.
I think he was miscast for Knock at the Cabin. Oh, yeah.
I don't know, probably, but I didn't think he was that bad.
Yeah.
What he was in something else that I liked, but there's a movie, an indie movie, kind of that it's an action movie that I want to see. It looks solid. Where like there's like a takeover or something. It's like low key. It's like him and this little girl or whatever, and he's got like they're going around. Not little girl. It's like what's her face? Is it Roberts? Julie Roberts' niece or whatever, or
Emma Roberts.
Is it her? It's something.
He does like American Horror Story and stuff.
Yeah, it might be her, but he does something with that, and that low key looks pretty solid. But
all right,
he's not a great actor. I'm not saying he's not a great actor, but at least he takes more chances and takes more roles.
If we get into the depths of screen acting, that screen acting is not the hardest job in the world. It's not what it's made out to be in Hollywood. I mean, you can tell who's like really good, but anybody with an ounce of confidence and direction can act on screen.
Confidence, yeah. Well, that's a story. That's another.
That's a whole different
show because we can have a conversation about
deep
that.
into that too.
Yeah, maybe you're right, but at the same time, it depends on the role. Depends on how much you're talking. Depends on there's a lot of things that go into it. I'm big on acting, so I'm also big on directing too. It all plays a part. Cinematography, light, it all plays a part. Scripts, all that. Yeah. So you got. Out of yours, that is going to make mine. I know Remember the Titans is going to make it. Replacements are going to make mine.
We're going back. I'm sticking hard with Remember the Titans, Varsity Blues, School Ties,
Varsity Blues,
The Replacements, and what was the other one I swapped? Joe, what did I?
We should start writing these down.
We probably should have. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Friday Night Lights. You have Friday Night Lights?
No. I was saying that's the one that I overlooked, but that wasn't on there.
Didn't you have the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia Phenomenon? Didn't you have?
Oh my God! I've actually watched that.
I've
seen it from start to finish.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Woo. Tony Danza. But no.
Replacements.
Well,
Remember the Titans.
Jerry Maguire, but we said Jerry Maguire is not a real football movie.
It's not really. I
Oh.
don't take it as a football movie. No.
Yeah, that's okay. But
Um,
I'll watch it back. Like that was it.
Varsity Blues. Yeah, we should probably jot these down.
Hmm.
Didn't you have The Blind Side? No.
No.
So let me write these down here.
Any Given Sunday was my guilty pleasure.
Yes,
That's not
It
going.
was.
That's not going on a top.
Any Given Sunday is your guilty pleasure, but it wasn't. No, I know that. Yeah. But you had let's see, Titans,
Varsity Blues, Replacements, School Ties. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm like, did you say it? I'm mad. I was like, man, I can't believe I didn't pick on. Even on Rotten Tomatoes, Jerry Maguire's on there. And you know what one I
yeah,
got?
but there's some movies on. They have. I don't. Rotten Tomatoes doesn't always have. They don't always have the best lists because sometimes it's just like even if it has like a hint of.
Did
like,
you see the one the Kurt Warner one with Zachary Levi
No,
playing Kurt
American
Warner?
Underdog.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've been meaning to see it. I heard it was mediocre. Heard it
You
really
know-
leans into the religious stuff
Oh, why? Whatever.
because he's like religious.
Kurt Warner.
And he's like, our God is an awesome God. He listens to Delirious with a question mark. Remember that band?
Okay.
Remember those ads for the Christian rock shit? Remember that
yeah.
shit?
I mean, how many times I've been up too late, turned off like my Super Nintendo or N64,
Mhm.
PS2, and then like,
Yep. Dude, he's rocking Delirious. He's rocking Creed. Kurt Warner is all about. He's all about it.
yeah.
So, but no, I heard it's just your typical sort of like underdog sports movie, whatever. So, I mean, look,
Yeah.
I'll watch it, but I'm based on what I heard and what I read, I'm in no rush to see it.
Okay.
So
what's Zachary Levi up to? Is he's canceled now or something?
I don't think so. I think he's still going to hopefully be Shazam in the new DC. That's what I hear.
I would hope so.
Potentially.
That was, I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation. Yeah.
About draft day, and I could throw Shazam in their movies where I'm just like, this isn't going to be good. And I'm like, oh, whoa.
Shazam's great.
Shazam was really good. Second one was good too.
Yeah, it was. The second one was a lot of fun.
Yeah. But anyway, we got to do your 5. Then we went over our agreed upon time.
Yeah. And I know you got to go on the East Coast over there. So you got Remember the Titans, Varsity Blues, Replacements, School Ties, and then a fifth one that we forgot.
The fifth one that we are forgetting.
We are forgetting right now.
I think it was one of yours.
I think it was too.
I don't think it was a Fringe. Start saying yours. That's where it'll
yeah. Mine were Little Giants, Draft Day. I said I'm gonna go with We Are Marshall, but I don't know anymore. So we'll come back to that.
Okay.
So let's see. I got Rudy, Little Giants, right? And then I got, what did I say here?
Little Giants,
Draft
Day.
Yep.
Rudy.
And
We Are Marshall was there.
Yep. We Are Marshall was there.
Yeah. So you're at 4. Is your fifth the same?
I'm not going We Are Marshall. I don't know if I can do it. I love We Are Marshall, but it's just too intense. Okay. It's too
okay.
It's a lot. I'm gonna go Necessary. Am I going to say Roughness?
You keep Unnecessary Scott Bakula movie in there?
I might. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go Water Boy. How about that?
The water boy.
Yeah.
The water sucks. It really, really sucks. Yeah. Another one. I'm like, what else we got?
I don't know. We'll see. No, God damn it. This is too tough.
Did we miss any? I mean,
Probably.
I don't care about radio.
No. I'm gonna go. You know what? We're gonna go. We Are Marshall.
Okay.
And Necessary Roughness. That's the original two. Okay.
Unnecessary roughness.
Yeah. Or is it? No, it's Necessary Roughness.
Oh yeah, necessary. I'm used to it from the.
And then what was the other one? We Are Marshall.
We Are Marshall. Bum 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 bum.
That's hilarious. So I think the ones from yours that are probably going to go into mine are probably going to be Replacements and Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
So
honorable mention for a TV show, The League. Hopefully,
yeah.
that could just come back for just one more season or just one.
Mark Duplass, baby.
Just one more.
Duplass is the man.
Okay, hopefully he's doing okay. He had a mental health breakdown.
I saw that, yeah, and it was kind of relieved because I kind of went through my own things this past year, mental health wise. So to see one of my favorite actors and kind of creators, people who are in the film industry, even if it is indie film, and he's done some big stuff too, but to see him kind of like admit to that and him talk about it like openly.
Go football wise, Lane Johnson.
Oh yeah, Lane Johnson.
When he was like in his second or third year, he missed a couple games and they didn't provide an injury, and he just came out and said it.
Wow.
And he just was struggling with depression. And yeah,
I thought
Lane Johnson. No, Lane Johnson's huge on mental health.
Wow. I kept thinking Brandon Brooks, and remember that?
Yeah.
Was it Brandon Brooks?
Sean Andrews.
Sean Andrews.
But it's like, you're doing that, but also posting videos of you smoking weed in your basement wearing SpongeBob t-shirts. Not really a.
Well, sometimes maybe that's why he.
Yeah.
That's how he's dealing with it. Is that's how he gets by.
My Michael Phelps song. Get my Michael Phelps song.
Oh God. So Necessary Roughness, that Replacement. Yeah, Replacements to me is one of my favorites. That was going to make mine. When you said it, I was kind of like, damn. Yeah. So, I mean, if I could be honest, if I'm really going to go over my 5, that one is probably, that one's good. The only reason why I didn't say it is because you said it.
Because I said it. Yeah. Hey, give us more Keanu and Gene Hackman. Come on,
dude. Absolutely. And in the same role that he basically was in Hoosiers.
Yeah. But as a football coach.
I know. And that's a basketball. Wait till we talk basketball movies. Woo.
Hoosiers
is awesome. And I know it's there's a lot of white people in Hoosiers. It was the time. I know it's a little, but I think they should, story for another time. They need to remake Hoosiers. I would love to see a remake of Hoosiers. Because I think it's such a good story, and the way that if you do it right, because there's a lot of people who say Hoosiers, they don't click with Hoosiers. Like they don't really, it's like, it's not really my thing. It's like, back in the time, it's like, they don't really relate to it because it's not like, it's like old timey basketball and like whatever. So it's like, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. It's an old man movie. But...
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Longest Yard. That's the one you said.
Yeah, but I bumped that for something.
For what? For School Ties.
Yeah, but then I bumped Brian's song for something too.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I can't remember for. I'm tired, Joe. Well, that's right. We got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we do. So you did Brian's song and Longest Yard. Okay. Yep. So ultimately, Remember the Titans, Varsity Blues, Replacements, School Ties. Guilty Pleasure, you said Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm taking Beeman with me.
Is that the one you added?
I ain't at it. I said it was a guilty pleasure.
Damn.
I can't believe I'm drawing a blank, but
I know, right? We're gonna think of it later. We're gonna be like, damn.
that's just life.
Yeah. You said Brian's song "Longest Yard," but then you took him off. I agree. Replacements and Titans are on mine, but just to kind of keep it fresh, Rudy, Draft Day, Necessary Roughness, We Are Marshall, Little Giants. And on our fringe, we got what Brian's song "Longest Yard," the program, The Waterboy, Friday Night Lights, Any Given Sunday. If we are missing any,
I'm sure we are.
yeah,
There's
let us
so
know. Yeah, I know certain ones we haven't seen yet, like North Dallas 40, The Express. They're not on here because we haven't seen them yet, but
Right.
for the most part, American Underdog and all that shit. But yeah, I think that about covers it. I'm going through a list. I don't really. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. No, I think we did the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
we're good.
We did the thing.
So my number one's Rudy. What's your number one off the bat before we go?
Oh, number one football movie.
Yeah.
It's Varsity Blues. I love Varsity Blues.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
I love that movie so much.
I love Rudy, but I do love The Replacements, and Replacements are probably my favorite football movie overall. If I just want to watch a football movie, like not just like sentimental story Rudy, I go Replacements, no doubt, and Little Giants if I want some comedy. But Replacements are comedy, adult. It's great, and Draft Day too. Whatever. We all talked about it.
Get all of it.
It's true.
Yeah,
it is true.
Get it all. You get it all.
Big game this weekend. Birds and Niners. I live in the Bay Area now, so I have to deal with all the Niners fans. Not
They're
fun.
Still not over last year,
dude. I got a friend of mine I got a friend of mine who's a Niners fan, and to his credit, he is not complaining. He hasn't complained. He's been complaining about the fans complaining, and even the players complaining. He's been like, "Dude, such loser energy, man." I'm like, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it because I don't understand what the hell's going on. They're just like, they're so wrapped up in the whole like, oh, our quarterback wasn't injured. I'm like, yeah.
Why did he get hurt?
Brady didn't make a play, we would have won the Super Bowl with McNabb. I don't understand.
Why did Brock Purdy get hurt?
Yeah, because he got
because his offensive line wants to protect him.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did their backup get hurt?
Yeah, and their backup got hurt. Exactly. So
because the Eagles pass rush, the rush is strong, and you got to be ready for it.
Yep.
If they're not ready for it, he's going to get smacked around again.
It's going to be interesting to see this weekend if they can keep him on his feet and he stays and he plays the whole game and he doesn't get hurt. It's going to be interesting to see the difference in dynamics. Like Eagles won't be on the field as long because our offense hasn't been as consistent as it used to be last year. It hasn't.
Well, what's going to happen is I just got the feeling San Francisco is going to come in with a sense of urgency, and they're just going to be hungrier.
I don't know. Eagles are pretty pissed about all the trash talk.
We'll see.
I'm not going to lie. I've read a lot of
against the Bills, the first half against the Chiefs. I mean, they have, had to really fight to get back into games. And
I hear you, but I'm watching interviews and seeing what players are saying, and I feel like both teams got a chip on their shoulder. It's not just one. The Eagles are pretty pissed off of the Niners talking shit about like, well, we're better. We would have beat you if we can get hurt. It's just like, eventually it's like, all right. It's like you're going in with a chip and you're like, the Eagles have something to prove now to them. Like we would have beat you whether or not Brock got hurt or not. So my whole thing is
probably would have.
Yeah. Well, my whole thing is, with him playing the whole game and the Eagles offense not being on the field as much, it's probably going to be a closer game. I just hope that our offense and our offensive coordinator can get his shit together and call and just
probably not. He stinks. I mean, or at least he seems like he stinks, but
I think he's overthinking everything.
He's got a great relationship with Jalen Hurts, and that's why he's in the spot he's in. Yeah. And hopefully they can piece it together. I mean, it's defense has got to get it done. So
shut him down, force turnovers, get the Brock Purdy.
McCaffrey's going to get one.
Yeah.
and that's almost a guarantee. And it's just like in the NFC Championship, they scored first on McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So you just got to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And, see how you can contain him and Devo. Kittle might have a big day because they don't have great linebackers.
No, they don't.
Cunningham's hurt, so you can throw quick passes to tight ends. Eagles are weak against tight ends, so
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, one of these days we should live stream watching an Eagles game or a Sixers game. That would be fun.
Sixers game will be easier. I mean, Eagles maybe when they're away, but a lot of times I go either to my cousin's tailgate and hang out at the home game, or go to my nice little dive bar in the city called Locust Bar that has the best wings in the city.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, well, it's like an event. Well, it's different for me out here. I'm just sitting here by myself, my girlfriend, my new dog, watching the game. And that's if it's nationally televised. If it's not nationally televised, I can't watch shit. I'm just like, oh, cool, we scored. Update. All right, awesome. So, yeah, Sixers games maybe when it's like nationally televised. We'll have to do it. That'd be fun.
Would have been nice to do the Lakers game this week.
Oh yeah, this past one that we just
they smacked them.
They smacked them. 44-point win, right? 44. Woo!
This group of guys. This is a special group of guys.
It is, and I know we got to say that for another time, but yes, I am excited about this team. I was excited before the season. I thought all they had to do was at least just trade them, Harden, and I thought with Nurse and Maxey and Embiid, I feel like we had to, I feel like they just needed a few tweaks here and there, and the fact that we made a trade and we traded Harden and then we got stuff in return, assets in return. I'm like over the moon, like, and the way that they're playing, they're running plays, Joe. They're running plays. Nick Nurse just sat there and said, "Oh, yeah, Maxey was hitting a couple shots early. He was hot, so I drew up a couple of plays for him." I was like, "Drew up a couple of plays? What is this? Yeah. Who are we? What's happening?" We got used to Doc Rivers not calling that. They never run plays.
Neither did Brett Brown.
I know. I love Brett Brown. He's great
guy.
Young coach. Great coach for young teams coming up and everything. But as far as adjustments and in-game play, no. Nurse is like, this is like a whole new world for us. This is like, wow. So, all right. Anything else before I go? Before we go?
Nah, I gotta go. Joey Tai.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll let you go, and I'll sign off. All right. Okay. So you say your goodbye, then I'll do it. All right.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. We'll be trying to get back on here again next week. Hopefully, we'll get the word out a little sooner so that we can try and have a nice little group, and we'll start getting into the holiday spirit.
Sounds good. Absolutely. Yeah, we do. We have some upcoming stuff for Christmas movies and everything, so it's gonna be fun.
Yes.
All right, Joe. Go get some sleep.
All right, JoJo. I will talk to you later.
All right.
Good night.
Night, babe. Okay, let me just adjust this thing right here. All right, cool. All right. Well, an hour. We're over an hour. So thank you for Joey Zaza for coming on and talking some football movies today. It has been fun. It's a shame we missed the one that he thought of, we can't think of, and hopefully I'll go back and rewatch it and we'll figure it out. But we do have some upcoming streams come out before Christmas. We're going to do Christmas horror movies. We're going to do winter horror movies, and we're going to do just overall Christmas movies. And I'll eventually do my own videos for those lists. This is just for fun and just do this live stream and interact and talk with everybody. So it's, we'll figure it out. But it's getting towards that time. So if you're watching or listening or whatever you're doing, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And follow me on social media. Follow Joe on social media. Check out his podcast, the Red River Horror Podcast. And we will see you next week. We'll see you in the next one. All right. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Thank you, Selena. Take it away.